My name is Patrick Foley, and this is my review for The Cursed Tapes for UK Film Review. This is a feature-length horror movie set in a sort of anthology format. It tells a number of different stories structured around a series of videotapes, all with macabre ends around them that focus and centre around a demonic being played by Shannon Snedden. Some of the tapes deal with how the demon sort of came to be and its origin, whereas others focus more on present day attempts to hunt and kill it, which, needless to say, don't go too well for the protagonists. I think the first thing to say about the Cursed Tapes is to highlight just how good it looks, especially when considered that it is working with a bit of a lower budget. The sort of building blocks for any great horror movie, all the classics like great fight sequences, chase sequences, blood, guts, gore, supernatural horror, and the realization of them all really impressed me. I thought it looked very sleek, very professional, and convinced me fully throughout the film that what I was watching was something authentic. I was able to lose myself in the movie very easily. That's made even easier by some of the set choices, the prop designs, the set design, the lighting, all these things that just make the film look great. The director, Michael Crum, clearly had a vision of what he wanted the film to look like, which isn't terribly original. It's not gonna sort of really bring anything new to the table, especially for people who are used to these sort of horror snuff film type settings. It's basically the sort of like threatening, foreboding haunted house / torture chamber sort of fur, but it just in terms of how well it was brought to screen, it did feel like an ominous place to set the action. And even with the amount of violence in the film, there are some sort of more touching moments that really sort of fill out the backstory of the demon and how it came to be. The strongest of these, without giving too much away, is between a mother and son. The son played by Gerald Crum, who does really well in the film, which really kind of established some of the background to the main antagonist of the film. As with a lot of similar films in the genre, the plot is not the strongest part of the movie. It sometimes feels a bit like a vehicle for driving forward some of the violent set pieces that the director has had in mind. There's some clear influences from films like The Ring here, although just because there's videotapes doesn't mean it follows the exact same plot line. But it's clear that some other similar sort of anthology style horror films have influenced how the story plays out. But viewers are most likely to be left with the impression of just how good the film looks, how impressive it looks, how professional it looks, that a lot of the action comes across as totally convincing, and that's really the biggest strength of the film. If you like your blood and guts and gore, that's probably the most important thing for you. So for those views of that disposition, I would recommend The Cursed Tapes quite a lot. If you are looking for maybe a bit more of a stronger, tighter narrative, it may not be for you. But I think regardless, when a film outperforms its budget to the extent that The Cursed Tapes does, it really does deserve credit for what it achieves.